Hello everyone, John Frausto with Topspin Tennis. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get better timing on your forehand loop. One thing that the pros do better than anyone is they can handle depth and pace and neutralize it. Enjoy the video. I have Novak Djokovic in the video. The video on the left, he's actually receiving a ball that's coming in with good depth and pace. The video on the right, he's actually going to be a little bit more offensive. The ball's in a great strike zone, and he's able to be more offensive with the shot. So I want to show you how the loop and the timing differentiates according to the incoming ball. That's going to totally change the size of the stroke or the loop and what you're going to do sending it back to the opponent. One thing to keep in mind is that there are three hitting heights to be mindful of when receiving the ball. Zone number 1 is going to be from the waist below. Zone number 2 is going to be from the shoulders to the waist, and anything above the shoulders is zone 3. So the video on the left, Novak's actually going to receive the ball in zone 1. The video on the right, where he's more offensive, he's receiving it in zone 2. Ideally, I'd like to receive that ball in zone 2 because then I can level out the stroke a little bit if my intent is to be offensive, and I can be more aggressive with the shot. Let's go ahead and take a look at the loop and how they're differentiated according to this incoming ball. So right off the bat, one thing to keep in mind, and it is so helpful, when the incoming ball is coming in with depth and with power, track with those hands out in front. The reason why you want to track with those hands in front, the pros do this really well. As they see that ball, if the ball's coming in quicker, they're going to be more compact and not take as big of a backswing. By doing that, it guarantees that they'll never be late. So tip 1, as that ball comes in, track with the hands in front. If the ball is fast, you're going to abbreviate things and try to keep that contact point out in front. If the ball's slower, then you have a little bit more time, right, to generate this loop and increase that swing path to generate power. Let's go ahead and look at the point where they release the hand from the racket. This is a crucial point in the loop. Let's look at this spot right here. A couple things to keep in mind. When they release the racket, notice where Novak is in relation to his shoulders. So look at his hitting hand and how it is above his shoulders. He's more offensive in the video on the right, so he has time, so the loop is going to be substantially larger. The video on left, there's the shoulders. Look at the hand height. Notice how it's below the shoulders. So for reference, I usually like to keep that shoulder as a reference point on the loop because he has less time and the ball's coming deeper into the court. His hand position is going to be lower, so this just shows you that the loop is going to be more compact on the right. So that's a big differentiator. Let's go ahead and look at the release and then the take back. I talked about this in my 3 magic moves on the forehand loop, and I used Novak as a reference. Notice here where he's showing these strings to the back fence. See that? And he's doing the same thing here, but just notice the height of the racket head, how it's lower. And the other big variable that you want to see here is look at his non-hitting arm, how it's actually facing towards 4 o'clock in the video on the right where he's more offensive. So he's able to turn those shoulders a little bit more. The video on the right, because he's so compact, he has a good shoulder turn, but notice where that arm position is and it's facing towards 3. So once again, it just tells you that the stroke on the left is more compact. Let's go ahead and look at the racket drop. So there's the drop, and he's starting to initiate the shoulder turn and the hips to rotate into the ball. Let's look at the contact point and see the difference here. So he's definitely, the video on the left, the contact point is definitely in zone number 1. The video on the right, you can see how the contact point is in zone 2. So he levels out the stroke on the video on the right. The video on the left, he's actually noticed the racket head, how it is below his hand. And that's just because of the height of the ball. So he's having to come under the ball a little bit more. And because of the depth and how low the ball is, notice how Novak's knees compressed, or he's in a more athletic position here just because of the lower ball. So I hope this helps. The key takeaways here is when you're receiving depth and power, track with those hands in front and compress that loop. We don't have to be as big. Every stroke that you hit is going to be different. No two strokes are alike. We have reference points, but one thing the pros do better than anybody is they can adjust according to the incoming ball and what their intent is. I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button as well, please. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notifications on upcoming videos. And please leave comments down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Thank you so much for your support. Have a great day.